Yo, what's going on, guys? And we got to talk about the news that just broke. And that is the Oklahoma City Thunder have traded Isaiah Joe to Detroit Pistons for 2 future second round picks. This is a deal that personally I think is a pretty solid one because it gives them a guy who'll be a 3 point volume shooter that could potentially be the replacement that they've been looking for since 2024, Malik Beasley. And I think it's great. Like, if you look at what you're able to do there, it gives them the guy who can be that 3 point volume shooter they've needed. Now, the report is Detroit will likely acquire Isaiah Joe into the Isaiah Stewart trade exception or signing exception. Pistons are going to be operating as over the cap team because of the Jalen Duren free agency holds. Oklahoma City has now put themselves $341 million, $234 million being salary, and $107 million being tax. And Lou Dort and Isaiah Hartenstein options exercised, and then the Kenrich Williams option is going to be declined, is what is being projected. With the trades of Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe, they stand at 15 players because they added Adai Mara and Bennett Sturts, 4 second-round picks, and reduced their total payment by $216 million without touching the playoff rotation of a team that went 132-32 in the regular season and won the championship in 2025. They'll have the ability to retain Kenrich Williams or an additional player into the open roster spot, which I think is smart. And the expectation with Kenrich Williams, shout out Nick Crane, one of my buddies, but he's been telling me that, and like everyone's also been reporting this, covers the Thunder, that Kenrich Williams option is going to be declined, and then he'll come back unless he's signed by a rival team to a bigger deal, but to a non-guaranteed veteran minimum contract, which I believe is like 2.3. And that's not bad. Like, honestly, think that's a solid deal. And let's like just break down this team, because the depth chart, I think, is, dude, I love the Bennett Sturts. That was like one of my, like, I was at the draft and I remember looking over, I was like, damn. I actually thought Cameron Carr was like the Adai Mara, once Mara didn't go to the Hawks. Was not surprised that they had taken him because we thought they were going to take a big. And I love the Otego away. I called him Lou Dort 2.0, and he gets drafted by the Thunder. Perfect fit there. But Ben Sturts is going to help replace Isaiah Joe. And also this gives him and AJ Mitchell, maybe Topic, more minutes to play out there. But you have a lineup that looks like Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren, J-Dub, Lou Dort, Shea, AJ Mitchell, Kaysen Wallace, Alex Caruso, Jared McCain, J. Will, Adai Mara, Kenrich Williams, Thomas Sorber, Nicole Topic, Isaiah Joe, Bennett Starts, Otego away. Like, I thought that was a great deal for the Thunder. Now to talk about the Pistons. The Pistons on this side. Detroit basketball. That they, Cade Cunningham, Ausar Thompson, I'd assume, like, with Jalen, like, would you still start Duncan and then have, like, Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris, right? Because you think about this, Isaiah Joe replaces Kevin Huerter, who is not going to come back. You have Abuka Corrier, Danish Jenkins, Karis LeVert, Tulu Smith, Ogana, Onienso, who I really like. Chaz Lanier is a great shooter. Marcus Sasser. So you throw in Isaiah Joe right there, who, if Tobias and Jalen are back, you have Ron Hall and Paul Reed off the bench. Karis LeVert. Like, you could, I'd assume you start Ausar and you start Duncan at this point, unless, like, obviously you upgrade from Duncan. And you put yourself in position to have Isaiah Joe kind of be like with Karis LeVert and Danish Jenkins. It's the first 3 guys off the bench. That's not bad. I really do like that. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of this deal and why? Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good jazz. As I think the further we get through the offseason, the more interesting everything will get. And it'll be fun to see how this all ends up playing out.